If success had a heartbeat, I wonder if it would race like mine. If success could sit across the table, would it finally tell me why I still feel unfinished? I spent years chasing shadows on the wall, thinking every closed door was a sign to go harder. Used to stare through the city bus window, watching towers rise while my dreams felt smaller. Everybody talks about the finish line, nobody talks about the distance. Nobody tells you that the mountain gets lonely when your whole life becomes resistance. Yeah, I traded weekends for another step. Yeah, traded comfort for a vision. Traded sleep for the possibility that one day I'd escape the position. Now the numbers look impressive, now the room gets quiet when I enter, but the kid inside still asks questions that the applause can never answer. I thought a rival would feel different, like sunlight breaking through rain. Instead it felt like opening a gift and finding another road with a different name. If success was a person, would it finally look me in the eyes? Would it tell me why the dream got heavier the closer I got to the prize? If success was a person, would it stay when the spotlight fades? Or would it leave me standing in the silence with all the promises it made? I remember counting coins at midnight, trying to stretch hope another week. Yeah, back when ambition lived in notebooks and courage sounded a lot like fear to me. Yeah, back when nobody was watching. Yeah, back when nobody cared. Yeah, funny how the hunger felt simpler when I had less to compare. Yeah, now everybody sees the outcome, few remember the construction. They celebrate the finished picture, not the years of self-destruction. Yeah, I learned that pressure wears disguise, and sometimes it comes dressed as opportunity. Sometimes it smiles and shakes your hand while stealing pieces of your humanity. Yeah, the view is beautiful from up here, but beauty doesn't cancel gravity. The higher you climb, the harder it becomes to separate truth from vanity. If success was a person, would it recognize my face? Or would it only know the version that survived the race? If success was a person, would it admit it wasn't enough? Would it confess that every victory still comes with its own kind of rough? I met people who had everything. It looked like they lost the map. Yeah, I met dreamers with empty pockets who carried peace I couldn't buy back. That changed me, made me question every definition. Made me wonder if the goal was freedom or just another form of competition. Cause in kin it can become a mirror, showing every scar you hide. You can gain the world in public while losing conversation side. I kept moving anyway, cause stopping felt unfamiliar. Sometimes motion becomes addiction when you're terrified of standing still. The calendar kept turning, the milestones kept stacking. But somewhere between the wins, I noticed something lacking. Not money, not status, not recognition. Something quieter, something deeper. The ability to sit with myself without needing another mission. Maybe success never lied. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe it was never supposed to save me, only prove that I could. Yeah, maybe the answer wasn't waiting at the end of the climb. Maybe the answer was hidden in the moments I called wasted time. So now I walk slower, not because the fire's gone, but because I finally learned not every road needs to be run. I still dream big, I still build, I still believe in becoming more. But I don't want to lose my soul, trying to reach another shore. The younger version of me would probably celebrate this chapter, but he'd also ask a question that would echo long after. When you finally got everything, did it make you who you wanted to be? And honestly, some days I still don't know. But at least I'm brave enough now to let uncertainty show. Because growth isn't perfection, wisdom isn't certainty, and fulfillment doesn't always arrive wrapped in prosperity. If success was a person, I think we'd sit for hours and talk. No cameras, no headlines, just a long and honest walk. I thank it for the lessons, I thank it for the scars, I thank it for reminding me that destinations aren't who we are.